Okay, as you can probably see, I've got some pretty nasty looking headlights here on this 2012 Mazda 3. So I've got some new lens covers, just the covers, not the entire thing. I'm going to go ahead and take this apart and put them back together and see what kind of difference we can make here. Alright, to be able to take your front bumper off, to be able to take the light assemblies out, you have to remove this pop rivet here, this screw here, and then this rivet, this one, this one, this one, the other screw on the other side, and that rivet. That'll release the top part to be able to pull it back. Then underneath, okay, so underneath you're going to have a series of 8mm that need to come out, starting at the corner. And there's another one, and then as you get further on, right underneath where the screw was above is a 10mm. So there's two 10mm down here. The rest of them are 8mm, but you'll take all those off going along the front edge below the bumper. And then in the wheel well, there's going to be 3 pop rivets. 1, 2, 3, and another 8mm. Okay, so once you have the rivets and the bolts out from the bottom and the side, you just pull out on this and it pops out. It catches under here. So you've got that out. And then same thing on the other side. And then you just pull it off. Now once you get it off, you've got a choice here, because you're going to have a wiring harness that's attached for the fog lights. That's on the passenger side. You can either disconnect it, or because I'm just going to pop mine up off the ground on my toolbox, there's no wires that I need to dislodge from this side. So I'm just going to go ahead and prop it that way. Or you could unclip the wire down there and you'd be able to pull the whole thing away. So it's up to you. Okay, so there's 2 clips like this. One here, one here. And there's a 10mm bolt. And once you get that bolt off, you push down. Slides over that. So you need to get that off. So there's going to be one there and one there. 10mm bolt. And then you had already taken these off when we took the front cover off, front bumper off. Then over here is another 10mm that needs to come off on each side. That was covered before. Okay, so you got that. So you had that there. Now you get a better look at the wiring. I got it tilted a little different. And then you had a bracket that was here at the front, right down there. That one just came straight out. The one on this side had to come down to get it out. Then you've got a bolt and a pop rivet, another 10mm at the back. Then you have one more 10 millimeter right here below the light. And once you have it loose, you have the wiring harness. So you press here, pull that out. You press down on that and release it and pull it out. And now you have your whole headlight assembly off the car. So these were the two brackets and the bolts. So you had three 10 millimeter bolts, pop rivet, two brackets. Okay, to remove the lens off the assembly, there's 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, and then in there 4. You have to take those off, and then to break the sealant, there's a sealant all the way around and a couple of clips. One clip here, another clip there, and another clip there. I have to use a heat gun, and I did the passenger side, but I really kind of messed it up, not knowing how to actually get it off the best. Tried to cut it, tried to just pry it, then I used a heat gun, and that is what got it the rest of the way. So I'm going to try a different way, hopefully get this one off quicker. I'm going to actually take the screws out. Then, since this end down here is towed in there, so that goes into this little pocket. There's where a screw is there on the other side. So you have to put that end in first. So this end is the way to pry it out. So I'm going to drill a hole through this, 2 holes actually, run a wire to give me some leverage, because otherwise it's really hard to do it. I mean, you can, but I think with the added leverage of the wire, it's going to make it a lot easier. Okay, I've softened it up, and I'm going to try and start to separate it. So this is the sealant that comes off. Okay, now that I got it out, there is in the old one a reflector that is held on with, can't see, 3 screws and a clip, and that will come out and go into the new one. Okay, and here is the reflector installed in the new one. So the next thing I've got to do is now clean out all of the excess from the channel before I can put the new one together and put some new caulk in there, or form a gasket. Okay, I got both new ones on. Looks like a new car.